kitchen. I used to have a home bakery and I want to relaunch my YouTube. In here is much better lighting. I know I literally have a dream bakery, but the lighting is shocking. Like, my old YouTube videos are terrible. So to be able to get a good vibe in here, I'm gonna build a kitchen island. So let's watch me attempt to build it. It's pretty big, so let's go. This unit was only £150 from Amazon. Like, I was trying to do this on a budget, and tell me why this is actually a really good quality unit. I am going to link it. It has a solid wooden worktop and it's like extendable. Now, the reviews were really good, but I just think for 150 quid, you don't get a lot nowadays when it comes to furniture. And this is going to be on casters so I can move it in and out of my kitchen, because that was like a big priority for me. It does come with things on the side that I didn't add because I didn't need them, like for holding your kitchen roll. Ooh, this is the flap that extends the worktop. But when I tell you I need to do a tip run to get rid of the amount, like, this was so well packaged. It wasn't from Amazon, it was like from a distributor of Amazon. So some of it is chipboard, which I gathered, but also it tells you it doesn't come with tools. I will give you the heads up of that. You don't get like a screwdriver with it. I had to use my own. It tells you not to use a drill. I had to go get a drill because this would have took forever, and I already got a blister on my hand from trying to screw some of it in. 2 hours. Your girl had to be hydrated for this because this is going to be a mammoth task. And if you're wondering what is down the back of my gym shorts, it's a hot water bottle. It's a silicone hot water bottle. I have it all the time. People always ask me in my videos, because although I have the heating on, your girl is cold. I could put trousers on, but I like to have bare legs. Now, this comes with, the actual unit itself had 3 drawers, and then a unit as well. Like, it's just very practical. I'm feeling like I'm going to be very organised, and I'm going to do it in a separate video, organising the unit itself, because I don't want to overfill it, because I'm going to be wheeling it in and out of my kitchen, and I feel like if it's too heavy, things are going to fall over inside of it anyway. Also, do not do what I did and just tip all the screws out. So the screws do the classic thing if they've got letters and numbers on, but what I did, because I'm impatient and just don't really care, is I opened all of them and dumped them on the floor. Luckily for me, I think being a baker, I can tell like millimeters like quite quickly, like that's a 6, that's a 10, 12, whatever. And I didn't mess any of them up. But if you're not very good at that and not very good at DIY, try and keep them in piles, because trust me, it could have been a headache. This is where I realised I needed a drill, and my current drill is actually broken. So when I've been doing any DIY around the house, I've been borrowing my dad's. So before this point, I had been very lazy and hand screwed everything. As you can see here, this is where I got the blister, because I'm screwing the nuts, and trust me, it hurt. So I ran off, got my dad's drill. Thank God he only lives around the corner, but he wasn't in, so that was a palaver. Why won't that bend? Am I being... Oh! I think I was just being silly. I am a DIY girly, which is why I think I actually managed to do this in under 2 hours. I just had to go for a break to do the school run. But the hardest bit was actually putting the unit together. I mean, did I read anywhere that it said 2-person? I don't know, probably. But I did struggle doing this on my own, and you'll see where I did. Now, this was putting the fun little caster wheels on, and 2 have got like a stopper. Well hard, by the way. I don't know if it needs like greasing or something. I could not find how to like click it on and off very easily. I also, without checking, only 2 of them, like I said, had a stopper. I put all these wheels on and then realised the 2 of the toppers had to be on a certain side. And I did it without thinking, just like subliminal messaging. Now, again, having the drill, thank God for that. Because I am relaunching my YouTube, I'm going to be refilming a lot of my old content. So some of my recipes, because people still watch them to this day, even though the quality is shocking. So like my buttercream in full, my sponge recipes, how to start a business. Obviously I do TikTok and Instagram, Facebook full time, but the long form is where I feel like it's at. I have a community group over on school, and there's a YouTube thread on there. My hair is up. I've had to do a school run. I've had to run around. I'm back. We're going to finish this absolute bloody chaos. So if you would like to see any particular YouTube videos, you want me to film anything, certain recipes, information, how-to videos, drop them either in the comments of this video or pop them in the school group. If you're into baking, want to be a home baker, you are a home baker, I highly recommend you come join my group. I run a once a month group Zoom session, and then you can ask Q&As on social media, baking, recipes, customers, anything and everything in the chat, and it's so friendly. There's over 100 people in it at the moment. If you listen to this in the future, hopefully there'll be thousands in there, but who knows. This unit better change my life. Like, in my brain, I am going to be a YouTube superstar of the baking world. Like, that's a long-term manifestation, Delulu dream. But if I can one day buy a kitchen with a real island to be able to bake from, well, wouldn't that be amazing? I do believe in goal settings and also like putting practice into goals. Like, your goals are never going to achieve if you don't try to do them. So I have spent quite a bit of money to relaunch my YouTube. I bought a new DJI camera that was £300 new microphones that I'm speaking into right now, they were 60. This unit, 150 quid. So let's see how much more money I can spend before I make a penny back. Obviously I use this equipment on my TikTok and Instagram where I do make money, but it would be interesting to see how long it really takes to get monetized on here. And I am happy to share this journey and what that looks like, because I already make good money on the other platforms, and I keep getting told it's silly that I'm not, as a baker who can do long form videos, that I'm not doing it already. Like, I mean, I already have enough subscribers relaunching this, I just don't have the monthly views. Also, I feel like I've not watched YouTube myself for a long time, so I would love to know what you prefer to watch and how. We're ever learning, ever growing. So for this YouTube in particular, obviously it's mainly going to be baking. I can touch on social media, the business side, but like I said, I do a lot of DIY. Like, most of my house, like, I've done up myself, and I renovated my old house from like brick. So if you want to know what that is like, or this isn't going to be a DIY channel, but I like watching DIY, which is why I thought I may as well kick off with a video that at least I know what I'm doing, or looks like I know what I'm doing. What I'm actually doing here is watching a TV show, which is why I'm being very slow whilst doing this. This is where I realised I might need two people. So this bit I could slide on. This is the actual unit, but you were meant to have it on the other way, like not upside down here. And when it comes to adding the wooden top, you are going to see my son, because I could not do it on my own. This weekend, I'm hosting a Eurovision Bring a Board night. I did it a few years ago, and I made a dessert. I was Italy, so I made a tiramisu. And I think now this island is done, the first thing I'm going to do is make another dessert for whichever, I've not been told the country yet, but I'm going to film it on the island. I'll do long form, short form. Why not go in with something that I've never made before? So I hope I don't get an awkward country. Like, Italy was quite an easy one for desserts. But if I get Australia, I mean, why is Australia in Eurovision? But if I get Australia, I don't even know what they're famous for desserts wise. I feel like most European countries is not too bad. Like, if I get France, I could do a French fancy. Wouldn't that be cute? Although I believe they're quite messy to make. Also, everyone always tells me off because I bake and do stuff in my Juicy Couture tracksuit, but I feel like that's become a part of me now. Like, I'm quite well known for baking colourful things in my white Juicy tracksuit. I do also have a pink Juicy tracksuit, and I feel like that's a bit more on brand. I might start doing more videos in that. And then obviously, this is my leopard print one. I do have the matching pants. This one was quite expensive because it's full bedazzled jazzy on the bum and on the back of the jacket. Look at the state of me here trying to do this. And then also, because I couldn't get the stopper on the wheels underneath, when I pick it up, it just starts wiggling about. You could tell how excited I was by this point. Oh, maybe you can't tell, my face is not giving it, but in my brain I was buzzing. Like, this was like wiggling around. The only thing with this unit, there was loads of different sizes. I chose this one because it looks massive in my kitchen, but it wasn't too big. There was bigger options, but for me that just seemed a bit crazy when it's not going to be a permanent feature. Like, I'm not going to use it when I'm not baking. This is just for my baking videos. Like, I don't need extra worktop space. Like I said, I actually have a full bakery, like cake studio. This is where I fucked up. This is where I cocked up. There is no way on earth I was holding the weight of this wooden worktop. And it's got those pegs that you have to slide it in, but you have to do it perfectly. There was like in 3 lines. So I did have to shout my son to get to come help me, because it, again, at this point, it's quite top heavy. You can see I'm trying to move it like a centimetre at a time. Was not working. This was an absolute nightmare. And also didn't want to trap my fingers, because as a baker, my hands are in shot. And if I had a broken hand or a broken finger, there's no way like I'd be able to wash my hands or make anything like with fondant or cookies. But my son did just say to me, what do you even need me for? But I did need him. Again, doors on this unit, you do need someone to help you. I had to do the thing where I put my foot, my slipper under it to hold it in the right place, because you have to screw and hold at the same time. And the screws on this, some screws were magnetic, this screw was not, so I couldn't even put it on the end of the drill and zap it in. It was a little bit frustrating. Also, I would have loved, I know a solid worktop for this is really great, but the rest of my kitchen is white and I have quartz worktops. I would have loved it if I managed to get like a white or a slab of quartz for the top of this. Haven't got that money, and it would weigh a ton. So it's going to be a wooden worktop, but I might get some coloured mats for like when I'm baking from above angle, like pink mats maybe. I used to have, for when I used to do a lot of fondant work, like sugar cake work, those big silicone mats, but they were always clear or had like lines and like ruler measurements on. Of this whole build, when I said don't dump your like screws down, so watch me now, the last drawer, look at me thinking I was all done, it's all amazing. Absolutely not. Would it short, would it not? Like you can see there's about an inch gap around. When I'm looking at it, I couldn't quite work out what I'd done. I thought something was stuck, the wheel was stuck. No, when on the casters on one side, like here's me just trying to force it in, like what a silly Billy. I'd misaligned it and I'd gone one over, so I had to unscrew it. Thank God it was only one. I had to unscrew it and then re-screw it back in. But I feel for like a 2-hour build, picking up one thing, which is an easy change, is not bad. So you can see on the front of the unit, it has some holes, and that was for where you can put like your kitchen roll holder. But again, I didn't want it any bulky. I've kept hold of that in case I want it in the future, but I don't need it. Like, I've just gone with the wind with this. And also I might put some cute stickers down the side. I don't know. I'm feeling like, what should I go for? Tacky or not tacky? Because I feel like my brand is quite pink and tacky. Also, look at that hot water bottle down my back. That is how I live my life. I have one on me right now. I do the school run with that down my back. Normally, if I've got a baggy jumper, if I've not got a baggy jumper, I don't do it. People think I'm weird. But there's so many videos on Facebook and TikTok where that is on show. And everyone's like, what is that down your pants? And here it is. It's done. So you can see, like, so that thing flips up, flips down. I feel like this is so clever. And I'm going to get a really good angle when filming stuff, because I'll have a massive worktop space to be able to get like all in one go and not have to shift stuff around. And then like it twizzes round, so this is kind of the angle it'll be looking like when I film, like from the tabletop, like there. I think that's going to look really cute, especially if I put some cute stuff in the background, like nice flowers on my mixer. And then on the other side, it's got the unit, shall I say. So it's got the drawers and it's got the big pull-out unit. If you want to see any special videos, please drop me a comment what you want to see. And I'm here for the long haul now. Let's try and smash this YouTube thing. Love you, bye. Please subscribe.